For props, just have a blanket or towel with you. So we might use this in some poses to support our wrists and open our shoulders. I wanted to begin class by welcoming you with love, with respect. Right now, we are in Rudy season in my meditation tradition, and Rudy is my teacher's teacher. He was also known as Swami Rudrananda. He he was a modern yogi living in New York City, great depth, very powerful teachings. And this time of year, we just celebrated his birthday, so I really feel Rudy in the air. And one quality of Rudy's teachings is to take things not on the surface, but to take things for the content that you feel. And I find sometimes in approaching the teachings of yoga, I don't always realize just how much mental, it's almost like I have a mental projection on what I think yoga is based on what has been marketed to me about yoga or what has been presented to me by my culture about yoga. And so when we come with what we understand of yoga, because that's all that we can do, right? We just come with our understandings. I try to be open to things beyond what I can currently conceive of. I try to be open to yoga. It may be different than what I've read in a particular book or what someone has presented to me. And so, as truth is unfolding, as I am making an effort at my practice, I try to be open to the deeper content of yoga. So, the teachings that are beneath the surface. And oftentimes, this, especially when you are practicing consistently and you choose to be someone who meditates on a daily basis, you'll come to experience that yoga is not only about feeling good or the pursuit of feeling good, but we learn to weather the storms in a way through our practice. And in many ways, the days that we feel more raw, the days that we feel triggered by our life, or we feel somewhat overwhelmed and deeply challenged, in many ways, these are real opportunities to grow and real opportunities to practice. And somehow when life is not so smooth, it's almost like I can get unlocked a little bit from my mental crystallization or the grip that my mind can have because it wishes for security. So it wishes things to stay consistent and familiar. So just kind of this, I'd like us to open to a sense of loosening our mind's grip on what yoga is and opening to the full spectrum of our experience and approaching this through yoga. So go ahead and sit comfortably, what that means for you. It could mean sitting on a prop to help make your spine tall. We're going to begin by breathing. And I'd like you, and if you're playing music today, just go ahead and start that. We'll find the alignment in our spine by making room for the breath to flow. Your eyes could close if you want, or you can keep a little alertness by gazing downward and relaxing your eyes. Feel where the breath comes in through your nose, how it draws down through the throat, through the lungs, and you may even feel the belly with the fullness of your breath, and then exhaling from the bottom up all the way out. Visualize this center axis in your body and how your breath travels down the center of your body through the back of the nose, the throat, the lungs, the middle abdomen, and perhaps lower in the abdomen. And when you breathe out, just trace your breath back up the back of the spine. Relax your body around this passageway for your breath and see if there are little movements like adjusting the position of ribs over belly or adjusting the angle of the head to open up your throat. The breath is very smooth and silken. The breath is soft but conscious. Enjoy a few moments with your breath, breathing down this central channel all the way to your belly and then all the way out. Connect with the movement of your breath to find your way into a seated cat and cow. When you breathe out, let your chest drop just a bit. Sit back toward your tailbone. And when you breathe in, open your belly, open your heart. Start with a small amount of movement and move into the full expression. The breath becomes even, equal time for your exhales and your inhales. After you finish your exhale, stretch your feet out in front of you. I'll just turn to the side, but you're welcome to be wherever you want to be. Hook your left hand under the left knee. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, lean back, reach your arm back. Draw your low back forward toward your thighs as you reach back through your arm. Stay in touch with the center axis of your spine as you breathe. Look toward your knees and change out your hands. So elbow or hand hooks the knee, whatever feels reachable. Inhale, left arm high. Center axis of the spine. Exhale, reach the arm back. Low back slightly forward toward the thighs. Shoulder blades reach back. Make your way to center and roll down onto your back. Give your knees a hug into your chest. Plant the feet, cross left knee over right. This is a little bit like eagle crunches, but we'll be holding the pose. It's called the twisted root. Hands come behind the head. As you lift your legs, lift your shoulders, and cup your forearms around the side of your head like a headband. So your head is very supported. We'll be taking 5 slow, deep breaths, working to lift the shoulder blades off the mat. Relax the facial muscles. Go into your core with your breath. 2 more full breaths. Exhale, drop the right foot, drop your head. Twist your knees to both sides, but keep your hands behind your head. Raise your shins again, and this time we'll be taking crunches, bringing the right elbow toward the left knee. Breathe in, exhale, curl up toward your left. Inhale, head down. Exhale, crunch to your left. 3 more with your breath. Feet to mat, uncross your legs. Shake things out however you want to. Maybe you jitterbug with your legs on the floor or jitterbug with your legs reaching up. Cross right knee over left, twisted root, hands behind the head. Cradle your head in your elbows. Raise your knees and we'll go into the breath. 5 breaths. Take tension out of your neck. Put strength between the low ribs and the hip bones. Your breath might get stronger to support you. With that last exhale, drop your left foot. Keep your hands around the back of your head and roll your knees to each side. Side crunches before your mind can even think about it. Moving to your right on the exhale. Inhale, release head down. Exhale up into your crunch. And I guess more than elbow to knee, think about bottom left ribs to the right thigh. Nice job. Relax down. Stretch or shake, however you like to release that. Rock and roll your spine, and we'll meet up standing at the front of the mat. Take your time to rise up. Breathe in, reach arms overhead. Interlace your hands and just pull your elbows wide. You might touch the back of your head or you might not. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, hands more behind the head. Take that movement slowly up and down. Tune into the central channel of your body and open it up, making space for your breath. all the way down to the abdomen. After your next inhale, enjoy a forward fold. Let's stay here and shake it out a bit. You may want to sway to open up the sides of your back. And touch the mat and step your body back, leading with the right foot. Come back into plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, optional push-up, then down to your belly. Open up for cobra. Cultivate back strength. 2 deep breaths. Shoulder blades move back. Pubic bone presses down for a little buoy action. Exhale, tap forehead down. Inhale, rise up to table or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lead with the right foot as you come to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, arms high. Exhale, dive forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, lead with your left leg back into plank. We've been doing shoulder taps in plank where you just tap fingertips to that same side, helping to reset your shoulder, take pressure out of the neck. Optional push-up down to the belly. Take 3 breaths in your cobra. With your hands, bear the weight forward more into the knuckles and fingers, taking weight out of the wrist. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward dog. Lead with left foot. Inhale, step front of mat. Exhale, both feet forward and relax down. Inhale, rise and stand. Sweep arms high. Exhale, touch palms together in front of your heart. Bend your knees, having a seat in your chair. Make sure your knees feel great in chair. We're trying to cultivate muscle activation for hamstrings, glutes, and quads. So just check in with these areas. Adjust the angle of your spine to target your strength in the hips. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, drop right arm to twist right. Inhale, lower the arm, twist forward. Exhale to the left. As you take this movement, tap into your breathing space. Complete your exhales thoroughly and make space so the inhale reaches your belly. One more twist on each side. After you reach to the left, straight legs, straight arms, standing back bend. Hold hands on the back of your head and let yourself lengthen out. Ground into your heels, drop tailbone slightly as you open the upper ribs. One more breath in the back bend. Exhale, touch the mat. Sweep the right leg up. Inhale for standing splits. Exhale, step all the way back for your lunge. Your choice to drop the back knee or keep it lifted. Warm into the front knee by straightening and bending that leg. This movement can cat and cow your whole spine. So whole body movement here. Prepare to lift your lunge. Again, back knee could touch down or lift. Breathe. Exhale your heart as you take a prayer twist to your left. Right hand might tap the left knee, or you might just hover, keeping your central axis in integrity. One more breath here. Exhale, face the mat. Step back foot forward and change your legs for the other side. Standing splits, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, big step back. Back knee up or down as you warm into the space. Hips are releasing with gravity. Articulate your spine and get ready to lift your lunge. Ground the front heel. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, prayer twist. Your choice to prop elbow on thigh or hover using your core integrity. For some of us, the low ribs tend to flare out. So just see if you can add a little upper ab strength and how that helps you to revolve your spine. One more inhale. Exhale, look down, touch your mat. Step back into plank pose. Opportunity to flow, to rest, whatever you prefer. From downward dog, take knees to the mat and have a seat. I want to offer some targeted shoulder strengthening, and this can be done kneeling or cross-legged, whatever feels better. Take your hands to the mat, make fists so you're punching the mat, and just lean into your hands, create a turtle shell with your back, and try to lift your knees off of the mat or your feet off of the mat. So you might just lift your body part way. Some of us superheroes might lift the whole lower body, but just give yourself the opportunity to strengthen. Think of lifting your lower body up into the back of your shoulder blades. Nice. Your choice to take 3 more pulses, or if you'd like to hold for 3 breaths, that's a great challenge. Nice. Sit comfortably, touch your fingertips to your shoulders, and just circle them out. Big circles going in both directions. Nice. So we'll practice an arm balance in a moment, the side crow. And I'd like you to think about this area of your body where your shoulder blade attaches to your ribs, in particular, like the side rib, under shoulder blade area. And take a few more of those reps where you're lifting your low body and just focus your strength in that shoulder area. Nice. Come forward, take plank pose, either on your hands or your elbows. And same idea, try to focus your strength under your shoulder blades on the side of your ribs. Central axis of the spine open, so the breath flows all the way down, all the way back up. Nice job. Have a seat. Let's make our way up to stand. Inhale, reach arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, come up into chair. I'm going to do a brief demo of coming into the side crow. So if you want to just stand and watch or have some water and watch, go right ahead. So I'm going to come into that twisted crow using prayer hands. And the elbow to thigh connection is going to hold up my body. Then I'm going to slide my hands out. I've been doing more like hands parallel to the short edge of the mat. And there's kind of I use the teeter-totter metaphor because in order to float your legs, you have to really put your body weight down in order for the back of your body to go up. So upper body down, so lower body goes up. Cool. So you can take the chair or any amount of the side crow. We'll bend our knees, twist over to your right. Try to bend your knees enough that you can get that fulcrum of elbow to thigh. Your choice to stay here using your core and your breath. You may also like to lower down, palms to mat, or off the mat actually. So you'll tip over and keep that fulcrum, elbow on the side of the thigh. And just play with the principle of the teeter-totter. Your upper body goes down so your lower body can go up. When you feel done, stand tall. Let's shake it out with some bear twists. Easy twist side to side. In particular, shoulders are free of tension. Neck is soft like a cloud. And we'll take that on the other side. I'll just turn so you get the view of my pose. Start by lowering into your chair and twist to your left. Prayer twist with your arms. Open up your heart. So choice to stay here or hands down toward the mat. Bend a little deeper. I usually flip up onto my tiptoes to come further down. Fulcrum, elbow to the thigh, and then tipping over. Hands are like a plank position, parallel to the short edge of the mat. If your legs don't seem to go up, see if you can trust enough to lower your head to bend your elbows more. And maybe the legs will just pop up of their own. Give it another try if you'd like. When you're finished, stand tall, shake things out. Propeller arms for the bear twist. All right. I'll give us a balance pose. I'm going to grab a stool because if you have like chair or furniture nearby, it can be nice to have for this pose. Not necessary, but it can really help. So we'll be coming into a forward fold. Hands are down on the floor or the prop. Reach your right leg up for standing splits, and we'll take a moment to cultivate the pose. Get into the central line of your spine. Can you create more integrity to your alignment so your breath can flow? This might mean ab support, unkinking any neck tension, freedom of opening. We'll be twisting with the left arm out to the side. So right arm stays down, and then left arm reaches out. Keep kicking through the back leg as you open your arm out to the side. Open up space between your toes, and open up space between your eyes. Nice work. Touch the mat. Your choice to relax folding forward or relax standing up, whichever feels more neutralizing for you. Deepak and I were talking the other day, and he was saying this action in his hips really showed him how different the two sides of his hips were in terms of stability. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to mat or hands to a prop. Lift your left leg up, breathing deeply. For the standing knee, it's kind of helpful to micro bend so the knee can be more shock absorbing and help with balance. Find the integrity of your spine and approach the twist when you're ready. Left hand, right arm reaches out to the side. This is the revolved half moon, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. One more breath in, lengthening out. Exhale, look at the mat. Release in a forward fold or in a standing position. Let go of any mental story about your body or your yoga and go into your experience. All right, deep breath in, reach high. Exhale, dive forward. Make your way back into plank. Take a moment to flow or a moment in child's pose, whichever you prefer. All right, go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to give us a peak pose in 2 dimensions. So we're going to be building on the side crow, and I wanted to show how to do the pose lying down and how to do the pose balancing on your hands. So you can pick, try. So as we did kind of the crunch shape where we were lifting toward the leg that was on top. And then with this next pose, you'll be coming into that shape and then extending your legs from that position. So thinking of just like a pair of scissors, and all the while you'll be twisting toward the top thigh. So that's the shape lying on your back. So we're trying to bring elbows to the side of the leg and then kicking the legs out any amount. And like all our poses, you can just come in and out when it works for you. So feel free to try that, and then I'll give a little step-by-step if you want to try the pose balancing on your hands. So we'll start in a little tiptoe position, and then here, let me flip around, so I'll do the right side first. So the right knee is going to cross over, and then you're starting in that little crunch, and we're thinking of bringing elbows to the outer thigh. Shift forward, get hands to mat, and see if you can balance the outer thigh bone on the tabletop of your elbows. And then this is Eka Pada Koundinyasana 1, where we play with extending the legs from that position. Similar to standing splits, I find the activity of pressing through the back foot is part of what lifts the pose. So trying on the other side, we have knees together, and then left knee is going to cross on top. Twist toward your left knee. Really use your abs to come all the way around, and you may want to balance on your hands. there is a sense of alignment where we're placing the weight of the body over the elbows and the hands. And then you may feel comfortable to experiment with leg extension, one or both legs. Aware of the deeper purpose of yoga and the reason why you're making this effort. All right. To relax, we're going to come onto our belly. Lie down all the way on your belly. Bring your right arm out to the side, bend the elbow, shift your hand 2 inches forward so your elbow is a little bit higher than the level of the shoulder. Plant your left hand under the left shoulder like a cobra pose and roll over to lift your left leg off the mat, stretching into the right pecs. You may want to bring the left foot to the floor, either in front of your knee or behind it. Find a way for your head to rest so you can breathe and open up your heart. Slowly roll out and change the angle of your arm, lifting up just a few more inches. Go back into the stretch and see what's here. I find that this pose can be it can be practiced in a way that you miss the stretch by having the elbow too low or the elbow too close to your ribs. Roll down to your belly. Hold your head on your hands like a pillow. Soften your shoulders and your breath. Place left arm out like the cactus shape. Elbow is 2 inches higher than the level of the shoulder. Place the right hand like cobra on the ground and begin to roll, lifting your right leg off of the mat any amount. And there can be different shapes depending on your level of stretch. Some of us plant the top leg on the floor in front of us or behind us. Roll down to your belly and change the angle of your arm. You might shift it up. You could also straighten the elbow a little more, just different ways to access other fibers of your pecs. Breathe with softness, with a sense of release. Sometimes a sighing exhalation really helps you to let go. Roll down to your belly. Prop your head up on the pillow of your hands and relax. Lift your head, one last pose on the belly. Bring arms behind your back, and if it's comfy enough, weave your fingers together. If that's not comfy, just separate and reach back through straight arms. Lift your legs off the mat, create a mermaid tail with your legs, and go into your breath. Squeeze legs against each other. Try to push through the ball of the big toe as you lengthen your legs back. You get to decide when the pose is finished. To release, lower your front body to the mat and then roll onto your back. Give knees a hug. Roll side to side. Go ahead and roll so that you can have a seat. We'll take one more seated pose to open up our back. Tune into the effect of your practice. Let it sink in. I'll mirror you on this one. So right leg extends out to the side. For tighter hamstrings, go ahead and sit up on your blanket so you have some lift. Revolved head to knee. Take right hand to the inner leg and reach the left arm up and out to twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, slide down toward your right foot. Left arm alongside your ear. Stretch left arm up to come out. Same pose, different variation. Bend your right knee. Bring your right hand to the foot so you can hold on to the pinky side edge of your foot. And in this version, we're going to take the pose with the bent knee. So left arm comes overhead. You may find left hand to foot just for a different back stretch. And then begin to straighten your right leg any amount. Stay connected with the quality of your breath. Allow your low back muscles to melt open as you relax. Place hands onto the mat and push down to lift your spine up. And now we'll change out our legs. Left leg out to the side, left arm to the inner left leg. Push against it to help open your heart. Right arm high, deep breath in. Exhale, side stretch. Parivrtta Janu Shirshasana. Soft neck. Space to breathe down the center axis of your body. Reach right arm up like you're catching a helium balloon. It pulls you up. Bend left knee. We'll take this other variation. I want to give another hand holding option that's pretty fun. So your left hand, you're going to rotate it so your thumb is down more and your palm faces your foot. And then you can hold the inside of the foot. Yeah, that feels really good. And then your other hand might reach the outside of the foot or just be free overhead as you come into the side stretch. Slide the left heel forward any amount. And this version of the stretch targets more of the side back muscles, the thick connective tissue where your abs connect to your back muscles. And this tissue it's It's fascia. It's kind of like Laffy Taffy, you know, that candy. So you just give it a little time to stretch. It's not going to stretch right away, so you just be patient. Relaxing into the stretch. To come out, place hands on the mat and push with your hands to lift your spine. Great. Let's come down, lie on our back. Give your knees a squeeze. Happy baby might feel really good. If there are other movements you'd like to take to get ready for final relaxation, now is the time for that. Add extra layers so that you're warm. Your blanket could be placed as a roll underneath the back of your knees. That is a low back support. And then an upper back support is to place the roll underneath your spine so that your shoulders can relax off to the side. As you settle in, some deeper breaths might help you release. Gradually relax the need to adjust your body or your breath. Let things go. Regard your experience like the passing of a river, the flow of life, always subject to change. With a sense of openness and letting go, we come to understand detachment, understanding that positive or pleasurable life experience is temporary, and so is the painful life experience. And we cultivate this inner balance to observe all of life as it flows by. Relaxing with your breath and being a witness to the flow of life. Gradually deepen your breathing. Both your inhales and your exhales deepening. Twinkle fingers and toes. Roll head side to side. Take any gentle stretches like arms overhead. See what feels right. Bend your knees as you transition to lie on your side. With support from the arms, rise up and take a comfortable sitting position. We have 5 minutes to sit and meditate. After a yoga practice, after doing more outward or active yoga, the inner yoga comes naturally. And in this inner yoga, we become very centered here in the present moment. There may be little postural adjustments, like a slight drop of chin to open throat, or a lift in spine to open the breath flow all the way to your abdomen. Being present is something that we practice in an active yet relaxed way. Whenever your awareness may drift into the future or the past, you take notice and just dive back into your breath as it is. Reconnect to what is happening exactly in the here and now. At times, you may apply that recentering again and again. But over time, the mind becomes more accustomed to being quiet, to being one-pointed in its focus. We'll take a few moments to sit quietly and apply this recentering technique anytime without any judgment, or no need to really comment on the need to recenter. You just recenter. You just come right into the present with your breath. If eyes are closed, crack them open just a bit. Take a moment of transition, aware of your inner state, and blend this with awareness of the room you're in, the day coming ahead of you. Ask yourself what you'd like to bring from your practice through the rest of your day. Hands together by heart center. Find a sense of good wishes for all beings, those we know and those we don't. And we offer our practice to benefit not only ourselves, but in doing so, an offering to benefit others, improve the quality of our world, neighborhood. Thank you for being here to practice. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Namaste.